On the retreat, I felt there was one special treat, which is this concept of Rajan. And I've noticed that since we've come back also, whatever interactions we've had, whatever questions I've been getting on Facebook or email, they've all said, Rajan is saying this, Rajan is saying this. I want to get rid of Rajan. So just for those of you who are not there, maybe I can take a couple of minutes to just explain what this Rajan thing is, because you might hear it often today also. So basically there is this voice, there is a commanding voice, which is saying that I am Rajan and this is what I want. And Rajan is actually a placeholder for your name. It's actually a placeholder for your name. But this voice of thoughts, which is saying that this is what I want, this is what I need, this is where my life must go. So what is happening actually in the process of self-inquiry is only, firstly, to check on the existence of this Rajan. So just like we look in this room, I hear the voice of Rajan saying, I'm Rajan, I want this, but can we see this Rajan? Can we find? Can we find? And we see that we don't find. In the same way, when we look inside, say, where is this one who claims to have this voice, which is saying that it is me? Where is Rajan? And it is not found. So we look around for this entity and we don't find it. Because we realize that it's not this body. Because the needs and desires that it has, the aversions that it has, are not of the body. Not only, at least, of the body. Very few are directly related to the body. Simplest example being freedom. It wants, but body is not interested in freedom. So where is this one? So we've been looking for this. And we realize that it is not here in this room. In this space of being, there is no separate entity. But funnily enough, it seems like there is a speaker through which this non-entity is speaking. And this speaker, and when I mean speaker, I mean not the entity speaker, I mean the technologically, the speaker that is attached to radios and to television. So this speaker is carrying the voice of this entity which cannot be found. And these are our thoughts, claiming to belong to an entity. But whenever we look for this entity, we cannot find it. So the only trouble, no matter what it is saying, is that we are buying something that this non-entity voice seems to be sharing. That is the only separation, that is the only suffering. No matter what it is saying, we cannot suffer without believing this voice, without believing a thought. See? Now, one thing I noticed that happened since we've come is that Rajan itself has gotten hold of the Rajan concept. Rajan is now saying that this is Rajan who is speaking. See, this is Rajan. Now this Rajan should go. This one is also the same guy. You see? And very easily it has been able to abstract this into, see, this one. We see this one, this one. No, this one. Still this one, the same guy. And because although it had the advantage that you were able to just look at it and say, where is this entity, Rajan? It was helpful because we were able to look objectively. So in this way, it was very helpful for me to guide all of you in the inquiry. But the disadvantage was that very quickly, it is our identity which started then saying that I don't want Rajan. And this one that doesn't want Rajan is also Rajan. That is why it's important to correlate it back and to put our name instead of Rajan. Who is this one who's saying I must be rid of the ego also now? Who's saying that, oh, I see, now I see, oh, this is Rajan, this is the troublemaker. You have to be a little vigilant to who is speaking now. Because very quickly this trickster can take this also on. Say, yes, I figured it. This was the whole point of the retreat. I figured it. All I have to do is get rid of Rajan. This I is Rajan the voice. So the voice which is speaking in our heads is the voice of the ego. Is this voice. No matter how well, how helpful it is pretending to be. And the misconception also can be, okay, but then I'm Rajan, how do I get rid of Rajan? No, you're not. You are consciousness, you are being, pretending to be a person. And when we speak from the right now, from the right here, then we cannot speak personally. Because there is no person right here, right now. There is nothing to be done in this moment. But you have the power as consciousness itself to pretend to be this non-entity. So now as I wait for questions and I wait for what all you want to speak about, I'll be wondering whether you're still choosing to pretend to be this non-entity or you're willing to just look and find that only I am here. There is no person here.